Should I do this, like,
Do the hat thing?
the hat thing? Like
That's what the country people do that.
We live in Indiana. I think I'm allowed. I count as country person.
I feel like I purposely dissociate from them.
It's because you grew up in that.
I got a truck, though.
I didn't think we were actually make a video about this, but it turned out to be kind of interesting, right?
It could have been even more interesting if I could finish the race.
Trey, I'm not going to lie, guys. Trey easily was going to win this race, or at least seemingly looked like he was going to win the race.
I was going to win the race. There was nothing that could have stopped me. I'm not one to, like, ever brag or even have a remotely high ego. I normally assume that I'm going to lose. But this was a race that I was like, I'm going to win. And then we started the race, and 2 miles in, I'm like, oh, I'm going to for sure win. And then SRAM came in and freaking broke my chain ring. Y'all ever seen a chain ring shatter in half for no reason? Look at that.
Why did that happen?
You know how somebody comes in with like just a completely destroyed bike and they're like, I was just riding along and it blew up. That's what happened. DINO series, Brown County, cross-country
local race,
mountain bike race.
And there was a new course this year that was 18 miles long, so it was very short.
Pretty short for this series.
Yeah.
Pretty like average to long for like a mountain bike race though. You know?
It felt really short to me.
Yeah, it was short.
Yeah.
Especially compared to most of the races you've been doing.
Yeah, I was actually nervous because of how short it was. Because normally this race would have been like at least 28 or 30 miles.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, I couldn't even remember the last time I did a race that was this
It's
short.
usually like 3 9-mile loops.
Yeah.
Or something right along those lines.
Yeah.
But they did one 18-mile loop, which was super short.
The course was amazing. I'm glad that they changed
Sick
it.
course.
Yeah. There's some issues that happen that we're gonna get into, but for the most part, that was a really fun event.
Yeah. And if you are like local, even relatively local, you probably know somewhat about this race or about the course or about Brown County State Park. Maybe if you're watching this, you've been to Brown County State Park. And right when you come into the park to like drive in, there's like a huge, super steep climb on the road. And that's what the race starts up. Roughly 5 minutes to get from where we start to the top of the climb where it drops into the single track. Every year it's different depending on who shows up and who thinks they can like make it to the single track first or how strong they are. Because some years people attack right up the first pitch, which is like 20%. But then you have another 4 minutes of gradual racing to do. So a lot of times somebody will tack there, get like 15 seconds, and then realize there's a lot more to go, and then they get dropped by everybody else once they catch up. This year, the whole group stayed together until we were about a quarter to a half mile.
It was it was 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and
shorter.
I did 400 watts average for that start.
I could look mine up too.
Yeah, I've done this race plenty of times, and it has the same start every year. One year it was Daxton, Caleb, and Drew,
and they just went full gas from the start.
Dude.
Yeah.
And so other years there's always a kid who is like an up and coming like whatever. Like there was a kid named Noah in this race. I thought he might be this kid this year, but he didn't do it. They always like
he's pretty fast.
But he's
awesome. Real young, and he's got like some endurance and stuff that eventually he'll get better.
I'll talk about what happened to Noah because there's a reason why I beat him, and it's just purely experience related. But I had a feeling that we might, because I didn't know him, and I saw he was just wearing that dirt camp jersey.
Yeah.
I just assumed he was going to go crazy off the front. Like, honestly, I just thought he was going to do it. He didn't. And then Ethan, he waited until the last pitch to attack, and that's where you went with him.
Yeah, so I was sitting... We went up the first pitch, did the gradual stuff, started going up the second pitch, and I was purposely sitting like 6th to 8th wheel. I was kind of waiting because I thought everybody would go, and then I would go with them. But Ethan went. I don't know who was in front of you.
Rick.
Yeah. So there was a bunch of guys. Ethan went. I waited like 4 or 5 seconds expecting someone else to go so I could get on their wheel. No one else went. And Ethan had like already gone 5 seconds up the road or so. And I was like, shoot, I got to go.
And let me explain that for a second. I've raced Ethan enough times. Like Ethan's really good. Like I'm pretty sure he was a Marion racer. Ethan's awesome. Shout out to Ethan. But whenever he went, I was like basically completely uninterested in following him because I knew if I did, I would have blown up right there. I had a very conservative strategy that ended up working out, but I even told you guys, I was like, I'm not going for it.
Yeah.
And so like nobody, and then Rick didn't want it, and then Chase didn't want it, and then Noah didn't want it. So Trey had to like motor around all of us to catch him.
I like nuked myself to catch up. He probably had somewhere between 5 and 10 seconds going into the first single track, but like within 20 seconds of the first downhill, I was right on his wheel.
Yeah.
I wasn't super far, but in the past like 2 to 3 weeks, I've pre-rode this course like 5 times.
Yeah, we went out the night before too.
I had the course completely dialed, and I've been feeling really good in terms of like handling on the mountain bike, and have been descending and just controlling my mountain bike way better than normal. I got on his wheel like instantly, and my goal or plan was to just sit on his wheel for like the Ains climb. How far in would that be? Like another
very quick after
it's like
that.
4 miles in probably.
I have it pulled up.
So I was chilling, and then my chainring broke.
Yeah,
and
4 miles exactly.
That was the end of my race.
Well, your chainring broke way before that. So your chainring broke like legitimately like 2 miles into this race. Like, cause we were halfway through the first trail whenever, and first off, you Chris, just put in this clip of Trey having this problem. Cause like we all ride past him and like, what the hell happened?
Every single person, like whether they were in like the elite group or all of the groups behind, was like, are you okay? Are you okay? Trey, what happened? Trey, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Didn't crash or anything. My bike just decided to blow up. So that was like a 2 mile trail jog in cycling cleats that I got to do on the way out.
Yeah.
And almost all uphill too, so that was sick. Because I couldn't even like sit on my bike to like coast anywhere. It was just all uphill. Yeah, but
sick day, dude.
We were only 3 miles in or whatever, and I think me and Ethan probably already had close to a minute gap
You guys
on
did.
everyone.
Yeah, it was
like,
about a minute.
We were going real quick, and I was feeling good, but that's okay. That's racing. Sometimes your bike explodes when you least expect it. If you've never used the transmission one by Chainring taker offer tool, it's like a chain whip thing that you crank down on your pedal spindle, and it like loosens the chainring, but I don't have any chainring left to hook this on except for like 3 teeth over here, so we're gonna see if it works. We'll find out here in 1 second. Do you think it's gonna work?
I don't know.
I don't know if it can like do the torque on it in the right direction. I'm kind of scared. What if it like shatters more in my hand? It usually clicks by now.
Yeah. I love that we're both.
Oh! We got it. It worked. That was really scary. I'm surprised that worked though. Cool. We did it. All right, y'all. We're back in action now. I was actually planning on going to Schwam again this week, but then decided I couldn't like stand another 10-hour drive. And I'm really glad I didn't go, because my chainring probably would have blown up 2 miles into a race that I paid more money for and drove 10 hours to go to. So I'm glad I stayed here. It was fun to hang out with all of my friends and stuff at the local race. Fun to be at Brown County, and fun to drive 20 minutes to the start of a race instead of 10 hours. So it was sick.
I'm glad I took that chainring off my bike.
Yeah, I actually saved Jesse's next race because he was going to use this. This is Jesse's chainring. It probably would have blown up on him.
I bet it would have. Although I'm wondering if your broken damper had something to do with it.
My damper is also broken.
We went pre-riding the night before, and Trey's bike was making awful noises. His damper and his shock is like, just squish it really quick. It doesn't even work.
It's just real pogo sticky.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But do you see what happens every time you do that? Watch.
Yeah.
The chain growth. So it's putting pressure on it. I'm wondering if it was just going like this a bunch and just fluttering too much. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
It was making some noises, and we assume now that the noises were coming from the chainring itself.
I offered to fix it the night before the race, and Trey said no, just for the record.
We offered to fix my shock, which would not have fixed the chainring.
It might have.
Yeah. No, the Chainring had a issue, I think.
So basically, you guys should have ridden like 2 extra miles. At the end of your guys' ride the night before, if you would have probably ridden the trail back,
We would have found out what happened.
probably would have
Yeah.
broken.
Look how thin these chainrings are. It's actually amazing.
They're awesome.
They're like that's barely even a millimeter thick, and it's strong enough to hold up most of the time, except very random occasions it might break on you. I would assume like Jesse at one point in time like hit it on a rock or something,
Possibly,
and it got
yeah.
like a hairline fracture in it.
I've been using this chainring for like 2 years.
Yeah,
So.
not SRAM's fault. I don't think. It probably got dinged up. I called SRAM and I was like, hey, I know this is a really bad excuse, but I was literally just riding along and my chainring broke. And they're like, yeah, that's not a problem. We'll warranty it for you. So there's a new one coming in the mail. Thanks, SRAM. Y'all are the best.
Yeah, Keeley told me they just sent us a new one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I'll pick up the story
Yeah,
now.
the rest of the story is all Jesse's. That
Yeah.
was the end of my day.
That was the end of Trey's day. Where was I? I was in fifth.
Fourth
I was
or
in
fifth,
fifth
yeah.
place, and then we passed you. And then once you were out, I was like, oh crap! Like I have a shot at the podium now. Because
Yeah.
before I was like, this is a stretch for me. So Chase Harker was in front of me.
Yeah.
So Chase went around me on the road climb. And he actually, after the race, he told me that he regretted doing that because he blew
He went
up.
a little too
He
deep.
went too deep there. I have always gone too deep on that part. So like I legit was like, I don't care. I'm just going to not kill myself, which was the right call for me. You know that double track spot on North Tower where it's like kind of the longer little short climb? That was a weird sentence, but it is a weird place. I like gunned it right there, went around Chase, and I tried to get around Rick, but Rick heard me coming and surged to get the whole shot.
Yeah.
We left Chase there. I think the surge on top of the hill climb kind of like put him in a little bit of a stun. Because Chase had a really good race too. He never
Yeah.
went off the gas. Like he was always like had I died, like he would have beat
Well,
me
how
for
far
sure.
behind you did he finish? Like
Like
less than
2
a minute?
minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, he was right there.
He was right there. So, and we in the whole race we could still see him like in the background. But so then it's just like me and Rick, and then Ethan's in front, so I'm in third place. Noah was around too. I think Noah went around Chase as well. And then we're coming around, and the final descent on North Tower is always really sketchy because it's kind of like sudden like 90-degree switchbacks, but there's not really a berm. Rick went down so hard here.
The trails were dusty.
It was bad. So Trey and I pre-rode half the course the night before, and as you can see, I made a mess here. But originally I was going to run these peyotes, but then after doing the pre-ride, I went for the full
Put a Barzo
big
on the
dog
front.
Barzo, the mezcal on the back, and I'm going to attribute my success at this race to literally these tires, because I was the only one that had like any sort of rubber. Everyone else had XC tires.
I had the Ricks on,
Yeah.
but I have a lot of trust in the Ricks and a lot of knowledge of this trail, and I know when to slow down and when to rip a corner. But I think for the people that didn't know that also had XC tires on, they were in trouble.
Rick's won this race a couple times. Anyway, yeah, so Rick went down, and then all of a sudden I'm in second place. I'm like, oh crap. Like, we're just doing this today. And Chase stay on my wheel up the climb for the most part until the top part. So there's kind of two sections of this Ains climb. The first part, it's technical, but it's like rooty. Then you get to the second part where the trees kind of open up, and there's some like washout places where trees had fallen over that are now filled with rocks.
Yeah.
I've ridden the trail over 100 times. Went straight up it. Somebody bobbled behind me.
It's pretty easy to bobble there if you don't know the lines.
I don't know who it was,
Yeah.
but either Chase or Noah bobbled, and I dropped them both there. up into the descent, which is what I wanted to do. I was actually going to surge there. The descent is really technical too, and I knew I could gap them there. Noah disclosed that he had never ridden the trail before, which is awesome. I think he did really well. But anyway, so, and then I hit that descent really hard too. And then I come around the corner and freaking Ethan's on the ground.
Holy shit, everybody's fucking. You good?
Like getting up off the ground, and I was like, oh my god, like.
On the Ains descent.
Yeah, so it wasn't even the tech part. It was actually you cross over the fire road and then you go around the corner and then again, and he's like on the ground right there, and I was like, oh my god. He was already like kind of up and moving. He was okay. Dude, I was like, oh my god, I'm winning the race now. So that was not what I expected.
So you made a bunch of passes by people just crashing out.
Dude, it was all three of you guys had that happen. After the race, Rick said it the best. He was like, man, they're just giving the race away to you today. And I was like, yeah, kind of. It's how it happens. Ethan does get back on his bike, catches back up. If you look at the splits, his HP split is a lot faster than me and Noah's. It's because that's where he motored to catch back onto us.
Jesse.
And then me and
Look at
Noah
you go.
and Ethan rode all the way to the top together. And at the top, I brought 100 grams of carbs with me on this race, and I ate 50 at the top of this climb. And then we went into the flow trail, which is Hobbs Hollow. And I didn't think we were going, like, I led into it. Ethan wasn't super interested in leading, and Noah didn't know the trail, so I just led. And somehow we went a top 10 Strava time.
On the downhill or the whole thing?
The whole thing. Well, okay, I got top 10 times on the first descent, the climb, and the second descent. And then I was only 10 seconds off my fastest all time on the whole thing, which I didn't feel like it. Really wasn't pushing that hard. I don't actually understand how we went that fast, but we did, I guess.
That one sucks. Drop!
That downhill's made for XC bikes.
It is.
In a way.
It's so funny that they have this crazy flow trail. The fastest bike is still an XC bike.
It's like 3 or 4 sections where it doesn't flow enough, so you have to pedal into like the climbs.
So the fastest times are XC.
Yeah.
I finished the day and I had a top 10. Getting a top 10 at Brown County is a big deal, by the way.
On any trail.
On any trail.
Yeah.
It's like people go out. There's been a lot of pros come through, and like people do go for the segments. I finished the ride, I had a top 10, and I was like, what just happened? And it turns out it was the second half of Hobbs Hollow downhill. I've ridden that trail 100 times, and it's like, didn't even try to get a top 10 and got a top 10. In the middle, there's a climb. Yeah, there's like the first Hobbs downhill, then there's the Hobbs climb. Slammed the other 50-gram carbs fuel right there. So I basically within a 5-minute stretch had 100 grams of carbs, which I was the only person that ate anything. Noah and Ethan, I don't think ate anything, is what they told me.
Not smart.
So
you're gonna be racing over an hour.
Yeah. At the bottom, they did go around me, and this is where the race got kind of weird. The sport class riders were doing a shorter version of the same route. So like we came off Hobbs Hollow, and they were coming off the other trail, and we were converging onto the same trail. That was a major problem. It converged right at the bottom of Hobbs Hollow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that's
so
a lot of trail to have.
12 miles into the race, so it gave me 20 miles for the day. So we had roughly 7 to 8 miles of riding through sport riders.
Yeah. Did you guys start catching them right there?
Oh no, immediately.
Yeah.
And the biggest problem was we weren't catching the fast ones.
Yeah.
And I'm
the
not
fast people were already
They were
a
already
mile or
gone.
2 ahead. Yeah.
And I'm not trying to rip on any of these dudes, but I am going to critique the situation. Does that make sense? If you were one of the,
it's like the course setup.
well, and I also, some of them did not want to let me around, which was,
Yeah.
I
I think a lot of the times it's not like them not wanting to let you around. It's like they're too hesitant of a rider to want to get off the trail either side to let you around. Like they're scared to
they just
get
need to
off
stop.
of
Yeah,
behind.
they just need to stop.
I mean, in short races like this, there should be separate finish courses almost.
So, I mean, like, we kept going. Ethan and Noah actually, they went around me at this point, so I was in third.
Yeah.
And I was still going for it, though, and Noah died because he didn't eat anything. That's what he said, yeah. He totally just, he ran out of energy. And so I caught him about a mile up. He went with Ethan. We got onto the last trail, Green Valley. Right after the downhill, I caught him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I rode behind him for a bit.
That's
and
still a
then
ways out from the finish too, to die.
at least like 4 or 5 miles left. And then he finally said, like, I'm not super good at the downhills because he didn't know him.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll go. And I was like, yeah, let me have it.
Yeah.
And I never saw him again.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Good job. Thanks, man. You too, dude. Sorry, man. Oh, you're good. You're good, dude. Keep it up, man. You're doing great. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. I'll go left. All right. Thank you, sir. Thanks, dude. Thanks so much. Thank you, guys. Keep it up. Keep it up. Thank you so much. Keep it up, man.
Go right.
I'll go right. Dude, keep it up.
Oh man, I'm trying to catch them all.
Back. 2 of us. Back. Appreciate it, man. Keep it up. Oh. Appreciate it so much, man. I gotta go too, man. Bro, you gotta let us around. Go. This is the pro race. On the left. But I'm in pro, dude. You gotta let us around.
My experience with these races, I mean, I'm not saying that there can't be lap traffic. This is the worst lap traffic that's ever happened at a race like this. And because like we literally were racing for the first, second, and third in the pro race, right?
Yeah.
And I think we passed like we had to pass over 10 people.
Yeah.
Some of them did not want to let us around. Some of them were awesome. Like we passed Blake Noland. You'll see that. He was like,
He probably cheered for
he
you
was
guys.
awesome. Yeah, he was like, go. Yeah, he was having fun, dude. Because before the race too, he was like, when you pass me, like yell at me.
Yeah.
But no, there's a lot of guys like that. Some of the guys were confused too, because I was coming from behind and we were going so much faster. But like, I'd be like, hey, rider back. And like, usually people were nice. Like most of these guys got out of the way.
Yeah.
But some of them were like, no, I'm in third place. And I'm like,
I gotta go too, man. Bro, you gotta let us around.
Go.
This is the pro race. On the left.
I'm in second
I'm in
in
pro, dude. You gotta listen
let me go because
Yeah.
they have to yield to us, and it's just.
It's literally in like the rule book.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it is. I didn't look it up, but I'm pretty sure it is. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but like I'm pretty sure it's the rules. Like you have to yield. I mean, not a ton of money on the line, but there was money.
There's money on the line.
There's money
which
on the line
makes it
for that
more
race.
than nothing.
Yeah, there's actual money. I mean, I for second place, I got $180.
Yeah, it's more than nothing.
That's the most I've ever won at a bike race. Like anyway, I kept pushing because I was catching Ethan, and I would have caught him had I had the room to catch him. So I could see him. Is what happened.
So I was like, I don't know how long Pine Loop is. It's over a mile long.
Yeah.
And I was standing at the turn that goes into Pine Loop, and I think Jesse was like 10 seconds off of him, and I know Jesse knows that trail way better than he does.
Yeah.
Not saying you would have gone around him on that trail, because there's not
I would have at least came out of the trail with him,
opportunities.
and we would have had to sprint for it.
Yeah, but you would have caught him
I would
on
have caught
that
him.
trail.
No, and I was catching him because I could see him too.
Yeah.
I would have caught him. Ethan's an incredible rider, and again, if he didn't crash, I wasn't going to catch him, but like just the circumstances of the day.
That's part of racing.
Yeah, I mean the race was effectively neutralized with 5 miles to go, is what I would say, and that's weird. I mean, it was like I might as well just like quit trying. I don't know. I feel weird about it. I talked to the DINO guys after the event, and I kind of told them what happened, and I think it's a pretty easy solution. I think if you just start the pro race an hour earlier,
Well,
nothing would.
It was a 10 a.m. start.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Way
just
late. You guys could've
start the
started
pro
at
race at
9.
9. Yeah.
I think they could do pro race at 9, women's pro at 9:05, and then sport at 10, and nobody would have ever had a problem. So I think that's an easy fix. Hopefully that's what happens next year, because otherwise the course was awesome. Dude,
Yeah,
it was so
sweet.
much fun. Ironically, that was the best I've ever done in a XC race, which is weird.
Good job.
Yeah, I normalized 275. I think I'll double
Bro,
check.
do you want to know how much I normalized for
Yeah,
my
I do.
race? Hold on, let me pull it up. Guess what I normalized for my race, Jesse?
400.
389 watts. Pretty strong day.
Yeah, normalized 276. And I rode, as you can tell, we're kind of a little bit of a mess with my mountain bikes right now. But so this bike obviously is set up for Margie. And I was like, you know what? Instead of undoing that, we built the World Cup back. And it was awesome. I love this bike, dude. It's still...
This is the fastest bike for short,
It's so fast.
less technical races.
It also, Ethan had one too. We went 1-2 on the World Cup.
There you go. Yeah, that's saying something.
Nothing's really that different about this build that I have here from like past World Cup builds. Did do the 38 tooth chainring. We have the 120 fork, which I think if you have this bike, I think trying a 120 fork is definitely worth it.
It makes the bike handle better.
I think
Does it not? Making it a little more slack.
It makes it slacker, and I think it does handle better. I think that it also is a lot more comfortable with that fork.
For sure.
Yeah. The other thing, again, we already talked about this, but I did do the Barzo Mezcal, and I think that was the perfect choice because I was the only one that didn't crash other than Chase. Or you didn't crash, but yeah.
I didn't crash, no.
Hopefully you enjoyed seeing this race because I think it's a good one. Normally there's a lot more people that come, but they had to reschedule it due to weather.
I think this is a better time of year for it, honestly.
It was so much, the weather was perfect.
Yeah, it was so cool. Instead of being in the middle of the summer where it's super hot.
But yeah,
World Cups are back.
it is bad. I'm not going to take it apart again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's going to stay because it's World Cup season. Like, you know, when it gets to fall, like I feel like this is a good bike for that. It's a good fall bike.
Why do you say that?
Because it's like
For the group rides?
the group rides, and
rides,
stuff. Yeah. But yeah, if you guys want to buy stuff, hit us up. We can build you a World Cup or
BC40.
Yeah, the BC40.
The Brown County Epic.
If you guys want to come hang out with the crew, it is September 26th and 27th here in Brown County. It's a festival. It's not a race, but there's a big ride.
It's like a mountain biking Grand Fondo.
It's a Fondo, yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
It's kind of sick.
Yeah, and so not only will we be there all day for the full event for Friday, Saturday, we're hosting a ride on Friday night. Allied's going to be at the event as well with demos. If you've ever wanted to like ride a BC40, it's a good opportunity to do that. And hopefully you can come ride one and then maybe buy one from us.
Yeah, because we'll be there.
We'll be there too. So we're doing a bike giveaway and tons of cool stuff, tons of giveaways. It's a great event and hopefully we'll see y'all there. If you're going, definitely come say hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
See ya.